Hello! Okay, I'm back. Well, kinda. This is mostly like an update video about what's been happening so far. Because I think the last video I published was in December, I believe. Like December, maybe like 2 years ago. It's been a long time. Every time I make these videos, I feel like an absent parent because I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna come back and do more videos, and I just don't come back and do more videos. So I just wanted to give an update about like my life that's been happening so far in the past 2 years that I've been gone while I'm doing my nails, because I need to do my nails. They're so bad. So I'm thinking of doing, I don't know if I want to do white and blue, not blue, white and green, like this green, or if I should do white and lavender, or just do these two together, because I want to do one for spring. It's not spring right now, I don't think, but it will be soon. But so far, what's been happening today, well, not today, but what's been happening in my life is life. I'm 21 now, by the way. I'm going to turn 22 in a few weeks. So I'm getting old, but not super old, but I'm getting there, you know. Eventually I'll hit my 20s, 25. And I still have yet to go to Vegas, by the way. I've been wanting to go. Okay. That green is not appearing. I might have to do the lavender. I have a valid reason for it, by the way. I have a valid reason. It's not because I didn't record it. I did. I recorded all 25 days left until I vlogged until Christmas Day. But, you know, as I was releasing the episodes daily, like at night, I started to notice, like, damn, these are kind of boring. And I don't know about you, but I look at my videos a lot before I publish them, just to see if there's any, like, hiccups or anything like that. Or if I personally don't find it interesting, I just won't post it, because if I'm not going to watch it, I'm not expecting you guys to watch it also, you know? So I noticed very quickly, you know, after all my planned things were finished. For example, the first Vlogmas video that came out was at a convention center that me and my friends went, Hennessy and Jeremy. And, like, we were doing all sorts of stuff. We went to Antenna Road, but that didn't happen organically, you know? I didn't text my friends, like, a day before, like, hey, let's go to this convention center. And, like, I'm gonna vlog it. I had planned that since November, that I wanted to go with them and that I was gonna vlog it. And I think that was the only one that was planned, and then the rest of them were improvised, so it was like a day in my life. And then I realized my day in my life is kind of boring and then too chaotic. You know what I mean? I'm a college student, so the majority of my December is focusing on finals and then taking my finals. So I usually, me and my family, I don't know if your family also does this, but we set up our Christmas decorations around Thanksgiving so that they're up longer. And because we usually get really busy, especially me and my brother, because we go to school, we get busy in December, so we don't want to, like, leave the Christmas tree not up until, like, December 20, which is when finals are done. So we do the majority of things before Christmas. And then on top of that, I usually do my Christmas shopping when there's good deals. Because, you know, we already know that companies jack up the prices during December. Or they'll say, oh yeah, we're gonna jack up the prices before and then lower them. But it's gonna be the original price. So I usually try to shop ahead of time so I don't pay too much for gifts, you know? Especially as a broke student. I don't have that much money to go shopping. And it sucked because I really liked the idea of Vlogmas. I grew up with creators like Zoella, you know? And she would always have this huge Vlogmas, and it was so cute. And she would have these advent calendars. I'll put up a picture of them. But I grew up on that and I loved it. So, when I started vlogging, doing my own channel, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do what Zoella did. And I'm going to do a Vlogmas. And it sucked. Some of the episodes were kind of good, like mine, but the convention center one. But the rest of them are just kind of boring, especially because I live in a city where not much happens. The majority of things are happening in San Jose, and then the majority of things that happen in San Jose that I see on like my Instagram, like promoting local events, is usually like bar crawls. I don't drink, so I can't go, because then it'd be kind of boring for me just to like stand around there as everybody's drinking. And I mean, like, no hate to the people who drink, I just don't like it. I hate the taste of it. I took like a beer once. Maybe if I try more things, I'll like it more, but there wasn't really much to do around in my city. I mean, I could go to the park and then walk around, but it's cold and there's a bunch of geese poop, or I could go to the library, but then I feel awkward vlogging in like public spaces. I don't know about you. I just yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why the episodes just stopped coming out. And then I just did like a random overcooked video that I had recorded, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna publish it. So am I gonna do more Vlogmas like later on? Probably not, just because I don't really, especially not right now since I'm still in school and so I'm busy the beginning of December. And also the fact that I share a really small like apartment with my family. So when it hits December, everybody's in the house. If I vlog in here in the bedroom, then I have to kick out my brother and my dad out of here. And if I'm in the living room, I have to kick out my brother again because he goes over there and plays the PC. So like there's not enough space to do things, which is why usually I like record quickly everything. But maybe I'll do like themed, like I did for Halloween. I did themed videos. So maybe I'll do that for Christmas instead. Probably save myself a lot of money. And also, I wanted to address like the thing that I had said, I think 2 years ago. It might be 3 now, honestly, because it happened so long ago. But after I had published the Santa Cruz vlog trip, I had said, like, I think near the end, oh, like, me and my friends, we want to visit some place, every year, like, every summer, that we have free. And it's a good idea to go and travel with your friends, like, I think, like, once a year, like, that one big trip. But the thing is, life got in the way. And I'm not saying that I'm not friends with them. I am still friends with them, by the way. I'm still hanging out with them. But after that video was published, we just had a lot going on, internships, jobs, summer classes. And then overall, just like financially, we weren't in a good position to do big trips like that, like Santa Cruz. I think the Airbnb was like $1,000 something, for only 3 days. It probably would have been cheaper at like a hotel, but you live and you learn. So we haven't gone to like any big trip. We keep saying, oh, we want to go camping. We want to go to Santa Cruz again. We want to go to Monterey, Pismo Beach, San Francisco, like things like that. But realistically, do I think we're going to go? No, I don't think we're going to go. I think maybe in the future, maybe, but not this summer or any of that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun during the summer. I am. Last summer, I had fun with the other trio, the Cursed Trio, the OGs. And we went to Korean barbecue, and I was forced to eat 3 bowls of rice because we wanted to avoid the fee. And then we went to the beach, we went bowling, we went to karaoke, and I have a bad video of me singing. I'm very off tune, by the way, but I had fun. Like, I still had fun. And we're thinking of with the Curse Trio to go karaoke again, but with wigs. So I'm definitely gonna go find a mullet for me, because I feel like that'd be kind of fun to sing with a wig on. But yeah, I still definitely had things to do during the summer that I didn't vlog for you guys. My bad, by the way, my bad. But like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a trip, so I hope you guys aren't expecting like a big trip or like anything like that. You know, maybe like a day trip. I don't know, maybe to San Francisco. But if not, I'll go and I'll take you guys with me. So in terms of that is everything about, I think, all the issues I left unsolved for you guys. And right now, in terms of life, I'm a 4th year in college now. Not graduating, by the way, not graduating. I still have 1 more year left. I'm going to be a 5th year, which kind of sucks because I had structured my entire life. Like, I had planned this. I had planned to go to this university since like 8th grade, you know? And then I worked towards it, and I worked towards a career, and then I was supposed to graduate this spring, and I'm not. So it kind of sucks, but you know, it happens. Sometimes things don't go to plan. I especially did not plan on doing business. I'm a business administration major now. You know, I had initially gone right off the clip. I said I was in forensics, and I didn't last. You know, specifically, forensics is interesting. It is interesting, but I suck at math and I suck at science. Like, I'd much prefer you give me an essay and I'll write it over doing a lab. Like, that is how much I don't like it. And the forensics major, you're supposed to do, I think, physics, biology, and chemistry. 3 of chemistry. You have chemistry, I think, 1A and then 2B or something like that. And then you have organic chemistry. And I didn't even pass the 1A chemistry. So that means I would have to keep retaking it and retaking it and retaking it. And I just gave up, honestly. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to do business administration because I like organizing things. I like planning things. And what do you know? Now I'm a hospitality major. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm not going to graduate this. Sorry if I keep doing that. It's because my hair keeps like falling in my face. And I have my nails painted. And it does suck a little bit, because especially now I have to pay an additional year. I was already struggling paying this year, by the way. I don't know if you guys, any college students, you know, watching, I don't know if you guys have also been noticing that things are getting quite expensive, like tuition is rising. I know specifically in my university, there was like a proposed fee of like, I think $300 and something. And it's proposed, so it's not official yet, but I voted no. I didn't want the fee because the majority of the money... Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to rant about this. The school kept promoting this new fee as being like, oh, you guys will get a free pass to like all types of transportation near the university. Because right now you only get the VTA, like the public bus, and that's free if you're a student. But a lot of people commute from further away, so they probably need to take the train. Or some people, they drive a bit, take the train, and they come here. And the train isn't covered by the school, so you have to pay out of pocket for that. I don't know how much it costs because I've never taken the train, but I do know that some people do. And so students complain, because it's a big commuter school, and then you're not helping students with the commute. And the parking's even horrendous. I pay like $220, and parking isn't even guaranteed. Like, you have to get there pretty early in the beginning of the semester to find a parking. and then they promote the south. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. Parking's a whole mess. Transportation's a whole mess. But this fee was supposed to give like free rides to students for however long you were a student. And it's a good idea. Like, I'm all for transportation, like free public transportation, improving our transportation systems because we need it. But the bad part is that when you looked further into the bill that they were proposing for this fee, you could see that every department where the fee was going to go to, like everything that was going to get funded, and all the way at the bottom, meaning it's the one that's going to take the least amount of money to fund, was a transportation. Let that sink in. So I'm going to have to pay an additional $300 and something per semester when only like not even $1 million of that fee will go into the transportation. It probably needs like less than $1 million. The majority of the money is going to go to athletics, which already have their own stadium, by the way. They have a new stadium. It's not new, but it's pretty good. And athletic students, like, no, you guys are good, but they're not the majority of the students. You know, like, the majority of students are commuters. The majority of students need this bus, but the majority of students aren't going to use, like, the athletics department, you know, or, like, any of the services or anything like that. And so it kind of felt deceiving, in a way, to have the university promote the one thing that it needs the least amount of funding for, and then sneakily, like, put all the way at the top, like, oh, we need the majority of this money for athletics. And I don't know much about our athletics department. I met a few people who are an athletics student, but in my 4 years, I've only met 2 people. Only 2. So I don't know where the rest of them are. Maybe in kinesiology, or maybe they're in a different business department. I don't know. But yeah, so I said no. I think a few other people I do know also said no, that we don't want this bill. Like, I already have a new, I don't know if they ever announced it, but I noticed, I keep track of, like, all the fees that they put on us. And, like, I noticed that they had the Excel tech fee of, like, $800 more a semester. I initially began when I was in 2022, I think, a fall. It was like $3,500, something like that. Now, in 2026, it is $4,400, something like that. $495, something similar to that. So it's a huge increase. And so I am struggling, which is why it's probably not going to be a summer trip. Everything's going to be local. You know, I'm trying to save for birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, everything. And I just don't have the money. I need a job, and I can't find a job. I applied to Costco, so Costco, if you can hear me, please hire me. I need money. Not even just money. I need money for everything. Everything's getting so expensive. But yeah, that's my rant about school. Is that school is expensive. And it's probably going to get even more expensive. I think an increase of 5% every year or every semester. I forgot what it was. But it's definitely going to be increasing. Especially I think especially with the AI stuff. Everything has been increasing because because we're in the Silicon Valley, we're close to it, everything is tech. So the majority of the new fees, I think, will be going to tech stuff. And on top of that, oh my god, they're gonna renovate the whole campus. Like, I saw the plan that they were gonna do. And they're gonna tear down a bunch of buildings. And the majority of the buildings that they are going to demolish are like the science and music. I don't know if they're going to replace it with the new science and music building. It didn't say. But I'm just gonna say it. It doesn't look pretty. It is the same like glass brutalism. Oh my god, a garbage truck is outside. It is the same brutalism architecture that's everywhere on campus, and it looks pretty for a moment. But I kind of like the old architecture that's there because it looks cleaner. I don't know. Whenever I look at the new buildings, it kind of reminds me of like container houses. You know how sometimes it's just like a pure rectangle and it's containers on top of containers, and they kind of renovate them to look like homes. It kind of reminds you of that. It's just with more glass and more concrete instead of a container. But yeah, that's my rant about school. I mean, currently, right now, I'm doing pretty good on my classes. I'm doing a lot more hospitality. Why am I green? Hello? I think it's the lighting outside. I don't know. I'm using the natural light. Oh my god. Right now, this whole, let's say this whole semester. This whole week has been hot. And it's March. It's early March. It's supposed to be cold still. But no, it's like 90 something degrees. I think 91. I think we peaked at 91 yesterday. And it's hot. So I'm not looking forward to the summer weather, where it's probably gonna be like 100 and something degrees. See, like, it's degrees like that make me tempted to shave my head again. But I'm not, because I'm trying to let this grow. On the topic of hair, when I insert that karaoke clip, you'll see I have a pretty short bowl cut. It is a bowl cut. I'm not gonna lie, it is a bowl cut because it was in the growth phase of when I cut it off. Because okay, so it wasn't the initial shaving off portion. It was when I think there's a video of it. It's when I had the blonde hair and the orange strips in the front. It was there. I will post a picture of the video I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure you guys saw it. It was in the cooking video, and I think it was in the thrifting video. And eventually, when my hair was growing out, my roots were showing, and it was bad because it was just blonde and light, and then it was just my dark roots just showing. And at some point, like, my roots were like right here, right where my eyes. So it looked bad, right? And I didn't want to dye it again because my hair was already like brittle, and it was because it needed a lot of bleach to get it to the blonde. And yeah, it was a lot of bleach to get to the blonde, so my hair was awful to wash sometimes because it would just tangle itself, and then I would always have to put in lots of conditioner in my ends so it wouldn't break. Like sometimes when I would even brush it, it would stretch. So that's how I knew it was bad. And so I was like, you know what? I went short once. I can do it again. That's where I was wrong. I should have honestly let it grow out a little bit more. But I didn't because I was impatient. You know how I am. I'm impatient. I'm hard-headed. So I cut it all off. And it was at a weird angle where I don't know how to describe it. It was awful the way it looked because it was like all choppy. Because I initially told her like, hey, can you just cut off all the blonde bits? So because my hair grows out of different lengths, some of them were like higher or lower, and then I just showed her because this was in the summer. So on my TikTok, I kept seeing girls with like pixie cuts, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so cute. I want a pixie cut. So when I when I showed the picture to the woman, she was like, "Oh yeah, like we can try, but I don't know if it'll look exactly the same because your hair is thicker." And I knew that, my hair is on the thicker side, so everything like puffs up eventually. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have faith. A pixie cut is gonna look good on me. Mm mm. That thing looked so bad. It looked like a helmet. Yeah, so I went bowl cut helmet again. Maybe if I had like thinned it out a little bit more, maybe it would have looked good, but I did not like it at all. And in fact, well, the thing is, it kind of looked cute certain days. There was one day when I had to go to court, not because I was in trouble, but because of an assignment for school, where I had to go to a courthouse and listen to like what they were doing and just write about it in a paper. It was simple. It was simple. But I had my little pixie cut. I had my little pixie cut, my bowl cut actually, and it looked good. But I had to like always like squish it down like this so it would just like lay on top of me because it would just puff up on the sides and it looked crazy. It looked like a wig, honestly. And I think in that karaoke video is when it was like growing out. It was bad. It was horrendous. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm probably never gonna go short again unless it's a wig and I can hide all my hair. But yeah. So after that horrible haircut, I just let it grow out and I don't think I have any pictures of me before this. This is temporary, by the way. I'm not gonna stay like this. So what I initially thought, I'm huge right now into the 2000s style highlights. This is my attempt with my mom to do highlights. I think it's just there's too many highlights, I think is the problem. But I'm thinking of either going brown or like a red cherry, I don't know. But this I don't like it that much because um it feels like a wig, to be honest. Like it looks like sometimes when it's wet, it looks good, but when it's dry like this, I kind of feels like I don't know. Maybe you guys can like help me describe it, but it kind of feels like hay. It looks like my hair is made out of hay. That's what it is, and so I kind of associate it with Spirit Halloween, that type of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna get box dye and then dye it because I kind of liked how it looked when it was like darker. So that's in terms of the hair. So when I probably record again, I'll have a new haircut again. But I finally got the bangs I wanted. Chopped them off. I just have to train my hair to lay this way, which is the difficult part because I keep wanting to like just push it back. So that's in terms of hair. That's why every time I come back, I have a new hairstyle. I'm indecisive, okay? I need something to change every time. But I can't get a tattoo right now, so it's just gonna have to be my hair. Okay? So that's in terms of hair. In terms of love life, nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, not nothing. There's been situations, but I want to save those stories for later because I want to do a whole video of love life as a fat girl. You always get love life as like those conventionally attractive or like late bloomers. What about me? What about my stories? So I want to do a whole video about that. But I will say, I don't know, again, college students, if you know, please sound off. But there's this weird thing that keeps happening at school, and I don't know how to deal with it. But guys will just stare, okay? And it's not like a cute, like seductive stare that you see like in movies or hear about in books. it's kind of awkward. And the thing is that the guy will never come up to you and say, like, or introduce themselves to you. They will not. They will just stare at you. So, legit, this is a scenario that has happened to me. Shoot, which one? It was in a business class. So I'm just watching the lecture, right? I'm watching the lecture, and then at the side of my peripherals, I see somebody just staring at me. And it's not like and the dude's not even smiling or anything. He's like this. And while I'm I'm trying not to look at the dude, right? But every time, for legit the entire semester, this dude was staring at me like this. No words, no nothing. No coming up to me before class, because I always get to class before time. So you can obviously talk to me. So why are you staring at me? At some point, I get irritated. I get irritated. I'm like, what beef do you have with me, dude? If you're gonna say something, say it to my face, okay? But this has happened multiple times where guys will just stare at you. And it's even worse. It's even worse when it's a guy with blue eyes. I don't know if it's just like a fear in me, an irrational fear, but people with blue eyes kind of scare me, especially when it's like open, like this. When they stare at you, just like open eyes. Like I'm not trying to see your pearly blues, okay? Look somewhere else. Maybe I'm just irritated when people stare at me. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. But it is legit. Like, what is your problem? Has this happened to anybody else where people just stare at you? And it's always dudes, by the way. It's never happened with a girl because I'm used to sometimes getting stared at as a big girl. You get used to suddenly having an audience for everything you do. So, but usually that includes older women or women also, not just dudes. But specifically in college, it seems that dudes just can't stop staring at you. So on top of being rude, people are just staring constantly. See, I got irritated all over again. But yeah, I don't know what his issue was, or like whatever, if I was like maybe in his field of view. Because I know that's what happened one time when I saw the dude was staring at me, but it's because we have those like weird seatings that go like, they curve. It's like a slight curve to them. And so I'm on one end and the other dude's on the other. And so eventually, by accident, our eyes are just gonna connect. And it's nothing. It's just the way we're seated. But yeah. So no love life. I'm gonna be honest too. Yeah, I'm going on a rant. Again. I don't know if it's just me or, I'm gonna put my 2 cents into here. Some dudes at college aren't attractive. I said it, I'm gonna be the big girl, I'm gonna say it. Some dudes are not attractive at school. I used to have like maybe 4 school crushes to get me motivated through the semester. I'm lucky if I even get one at this point. And the thing is, it's not dudes' heights or whatever. Some dudes, they look attractive on the outside, but the moment I hear them speak or like the moment I overhear them say something, it all goes away. The entire like attractiveness goes away. I don't know. And also some dudes don't really take care of themselves in the way that some people don't put on deodorant. Yeah. At the big age of 21, some dudes aren't putting deodorant on still. And let me tell you, the business building, limited AC, a lot of physical contact in the hallways. Like, you will be bumping into people in the business building. So you not putting deodorant on is really offensive to me. And it, in fact, ruins my entire day, because then I'll be hit with a stench, and then for a second I'll think, oh, that's me. But then I see another dude walking past me, and then I smell it again. It's like, oh, no, it's the dudes. And some dudes, not all, some dudes will have a nice cologne. but it's always in passing, you know. It's never the dudes in my classes. So yeah, I'll definitely talk a little bit more about it in a different video. But that's basically what's been happening. I won't say you'll see me next week because I don't know if you'll see me next week. You'll see me when you see me. But I have a few things planned that I want to do. I just need to do them, is my main issue. But yeah, it's been my update. Nails have been painted, by the way. Ignore my crooked finger. This one. I broke it. Playing capture the flag a while ago. You know, when I was like in 7th grade. So it's forever crooked. You see that? Some dude, you know, caused it. He was cheating, and I hate cheaters. So I broke my finger. I'll talk about it later because I'm running out of storage. But yeah, I have a few things planned that I want to record. I'll record them when I can. I'll probably kick out my brother like weekly now. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you.